Hello, how are we? Welcome back to the channel Up the Reds TV with me. Okay, please like, please share, please subscribe to the channel, as I always say to you guys. Just on that, firstly, let me give you a update on the subscribers. We are now 28 short off the 200 mark. So thank you very much for those who have subscribed. And let me give a big shout out to on Twitter X to my mate Roy Jones. He put out a tweet this morning to get some more subscribers following the channel. I really appreciate that, Roy. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much for that. So, yeah, the target's 200 before the season finishes. Look, we're heading in the right direction. 28 short now. So if you haven't subscribed and you are watching this video, please do so and get this channel up to 200 before the season finishes. And to all those who have been long-term subscribers, thank you very much, and welcome to the new ones. Okay, so this one is the pre-match warm-up to Fulham, Liverpool versus Fulham in the 5:30 kickoff tomorrow at Anfield. But before I touch on that, just speak to you about Andy Robertson, who has decided to call it a day at Liverpool, and he will be leaving us at the end of the season. I've been supporting Liverpool, as you know, man and boy, for a long time, and I've seen some very good left backs at the club, and I have to say Andy Robbo is my number one. And I say that because he was everything that a Jurgen Klopp player looked like. He came to us, we paid 8.5 million, 8.3 million for him from Hull. Look, none of us had a Scooby about him. None of us when he joined. He worked his way into Jurgen's team, and the rest is history. He's a perfect example how on and off the pitch a model pro should look like. And I'm glad he's had the best footballing time of his life, because it doesn't get any better than being a Liverpool player and being successful as he was. The era of that team is nearly coming to an end. I think there's Ali left, Virgil left, Joey Gomez left. There's Curtis Jones and Harvey Elliott. He's still on the books, isn't he? So, yeah, it's been a sad day, really, of that announcement. But do you know what? He gave us some great memories, some absolutely brilliant memories. We've got to look at him and Alexander Arnold on the other side when they were going toe to toe in their assists for the front three. And yeah, he's as I say, he's my all-time left back. He would get into my all-time first 11 because of what he's done. And as I said, did he used to work at Marx's or somewhere, playing for Queen of the South, trying to earn a living. I remember the interview that he said that how he used to put £5 worth of petrol in for him and his brother to share to make it last, and things like that. But he's done a lot of work off the pitch for charity work, so something that goes unnoticed, but it's always there in the background. So yeah, it's been a privilege watching him play at Anfield and elsewhere. So thank you very much, Robbo. And I'm sure that all the supporters in the world that follow this wonderful club wish you all the best in your next journey. Okay, so that's my thanks to Robbo, and yes, he is a legend. Definitely no qualms about that from me, and I'll fight anybody who disagrees with me under the North Pier at Blackpool. So, pre-match warm-up, Liverpool, Fulham. I look at Fulham's games, and then I'm going to also touch on our rivals, because we are in 5th place at the moment. We might not be come kick-off time, because other teams have got games before we play. So Fulham's last 4 league games, okay, they won at home to Spurs 2-1. They lost away at West Ham 1-0. They drew 0-0 with Forest, and they won at home 3-1 to Burnley. So played 4, won 2, drawn 1, lost 1, scored 5, conceded 3. However, between the West Ham Forest game, they got knocked out of the FA Cup by Southampton 1-0, and yeah, so Reds' last 4 league games: won at home to West Ham 5-2, lost away to Wolves 2-1, drew at Spurs at home 1-1, and we lost 2-1 away at Brighton. Played 4, won 1, drawn 1, lost 2, scored 8, conceded 7. However, since the Brighton loss, Liverpool have played 2 more games, cup competitions in the FA Cup and Champions League. Got absolutely hammered at City 4-0. Could have been 6 or 7. City took the foot off the gas. And the Reds lost 2-0 midweek at PSG. They lost 2-0. But again, if PSG had the shooting boots on, and if it wasn't for Mamardashvili, it could have been 5 or 6. And nobody would have had any qualms about that. So coming into this game against Fulham, Marco Silva has had what's the terminology? He's had one over Arne Slot, played 3 times, drawn 2 games 2-2 last season at home, and this season away, and the one last season in April where they beat us 3-2, was it? So Arne Slot hasn't beaten this manager in 3 attempts. So what do I think is going to happen tomorrow? I think it's going to be a very difficult game. Very, very difficult game for Liverpool. They need to win it. They need to not be thinking about the PSG game next week. For me, you know my thoughts about that. But no, we need to win. A draw's no good. A loss would be horrific at Anfield. Absolutely horrific against a good Fulham team. I think it's going to be a difficult game for us, because they've had a week's rest, and they will be very confident. Any team that racks up at Anfield aren't coming with any fear factor. They're coming thinking they can get something from it. We've only got to look at our last home game against Tottenham. We were piss poor, and to be honest with you, we have been since then, and it's very, very concerning. So it's going to be a 5:30 kickoff. There's games that are going to be played after us, apart from one. And if you look at who's in 3rd place, Man United, they play on Monday the 13th at home to Leeds, 8 o'clock kickoff. That'll be a toughy game for them. So they'll be looking to get something from that. Don't be surprised if Leeds get something at their ground, because they are a decent team. Watched them against West Ham, and I thought they were really good, very open, attacking team. Aston Villa, who are below United, they play on the 12th, which is the Sunday, at 2 o'clock, and they play Notts Forest. So that's a big game for Forest. It's an even bigger game for Villa, because they need to make sure that they are also in the Champions League places. Forest are fighting for survival. They had a draw, was it at Porto yesterday? And, you've got to look at Villa rested up, being the favourites there. And then obviously it's us next, and we obviously play Fulham, and below us is Chelsea. Now Chelsea play on Sunday, 4:30 kickoff at home against Man City. The way City are playing, the way Chelsea are at the moment, you'd imagine City to come away with something there. And then you've got Brentford. Brentford are below Chelsea, but they play Everton, who are below Brentford, so at home, and that's a 3 o'clock kickoff. So Everton only 3 points off us. Likewise, Brentford. Anything in that game, we're in real trouble from both teams there. I've even gone down to Fulham, below Everton, and Brighton below Fulham. They've got they play in the 11th. They both got Brighton play Burnley away, 3 o'clock kickoff. So it's really, really important that we get something from the game tomorrow. And I had to listen to Slot's press conference today, just to get a bit of feel to see what he was about. Slot was asked about the support from FSG. He said he's got the full support from Hughes and Edwards. And this is the bit he also said, I've also got the support from the fans after how they responded to us at the end of the game. Look, I ain't being funny, mate. They weren't clapping you, they were clapping the players, because it was shambolic the way you set up that team against PSG. And so no, they weren't clapping at you, they weren't singing your song, they were singing Liverpool, Liverpool, Liverpool. And it was towards the supporters. So, and then he was asked about player availability. He's obviously, Alisson's not available. He mentioned Bradley, mentioned Endo, Neone, and then he said something really daft. He said that not all of our players can play after 3 days. Now, in a previous press conference, and I highlighted in one of my previous shows, pre-match shows, he said that the players were in the best condition to play more than one game a week than they were at the beginning of the season. Now, he's backtracked on that already for me. So, what is it? They can't play more than one game a week, or 2 games per week. So for me, that was a backtrack, and he's got himself caught out there for me. So he said certain players will need to be assessed. Some players I'm, of course, worried about again for tomorrow. and he mentioned Jeremy Frimpong and Joey Gomez. Mentioned about how strong the bench was. He said, so yes, it's the best that it has been this season. I think when you look at the bench against PSG, it's the best bench that we've had throughout the whole season. And here's the crux of what he said. But sometimes things don't look as good as they might be if you don't understand what I've tried to explain. What nonsense is that? Is he saying that he had some players on the bench that were carrying knocks and he couldn't bring them on? I mean, what cryptic message is that to give to us? I just switched off at that point there of the press conference. I'd heard enough nonsense from him. And then, so my team, and on the back of what Slot said in the press conference, Mohamedashvili, if there's no Gomez, no Frimpong, he's going to slap Slobosly in there, isn't he? So Money hazarded a guess here in my team selection. And then Kanate, Van Dijk, Kirkes pulled up on 78, didn't he, with a bit of cramp. Let's see if he's available. If he isn't, he'll slot Robbo in there. And midfield, Gravenberg, McAllister, possibly Jones. And then the three up front will be Salah, Ekitike, and possibly Wirtz, and he'll go 4-2-3-1. Just have to see, and then he's got his strong bench. I might be totally wrong in that lineup, but I think he'll probably go like that. But he might have some surprises for us. There might be more than one player that's not fit enough to start or might not be available. So it's all up in the air. But nevertheless, whatever team goes out there, we have to get the 3 points. We have to win our home games that are left till the end of the season. Crystal Palace, Brentford, those are the next ones at home. We've got tougher ways to go to: Everton, Man United, Aston Villa. So it's really, really tough. And let's see if we can get into a Champions League spot. Yes, we sit in 5th place at the moment. I don't know how we got that. We are still in that place. So yeah, Arne Slot needs to read the room. Supporters, we aren't behind you, mate. We're behind the team, but we're not behind you because you've been useless. And I can't wait to see the back of you. And let's get somebody in who can bring me back attacking football and show us how to defend as a unit and how to press as a unit. Okay, that's enough from me. Thank you very much for watching this video. I will do a post match. It will be out possibly around about 4 o'clock tomorrow, maybe 5 o'clock. I want us to get the 3 points. I will be upset. I will be annoyed that we haven't managed to do that when it is the business end of the season. If we don't do that, Hodgson is entering into Brendan Rodgers territory because 16 games, 16 losses this season is embarrassing to a club like us after what we've had in the last 9 or 10 years. Okay, smash us a like, and again, like I say, we're 28 short of the 200. Smack that subscribe button, and let's try and get it to, I'm hoping to get it to the 200 mark before the season finishes with your support. Okay, enjoy your Friday, rest of your Friday, and I will speak to you guys tomorrow afternoon. Up the Reds.